back, everyone. Thanks for coming back to the site. Today I'm going to be doing my first tips and tricks tutorial video, and I know previously I said I was going to talk about increasing workflow, but instead I've decided to talk a little bit about groove and swing and quantization, and more specifically using the Groove tool in Ableton Live. Alright guys, let's get into it and add a little swing and groove to this little hip-hop beat that I put together. It's really simple. It's just a kick, hi-hat, and snare done at 90 BPM. And I kept it simple just to show you how this Groove tool works, and you'll get a better understanding of it. So first off, we're going to go to this little icon over here, the two squiggly lines, and this gets overlooked by a lot of beginners. They kind of look at it and they open it and they go, well, how do I use this? And I'm going to show you how to use it. So once you have this open, you can right click and choose Browse Groove Library, and that's going to open up all the preset grooves for us. So you can see there's a hip hop folder, Logic, MPC, like some of the classic drum machines. There's also an SP1200. And because we're working with a hip hop beat, let's just see what they got in hip hop for presets. So they got a few, so we can browse through here. And I'm going to go with hip hop 1. So once you see the groove that you might want to try out, it's really simple. You just click and drag and drop it in the Groove pool. So now that it's in the Groove pool, we want to come down here to our track, and in the clip section, you can see right down here under Groove it says None, and we want to change that to Hip Hop 1, so it corresponds with what we have in the Groove pool here. And now if I were to play this back, it would be playing with the Hip Hop 1 preset, but I'm going to play it without it so you guys can see the difference that the groove makes. And it's not going to be a whole lot of difference, but that's really what you're kind of going for when you're trying to put swing on a beat. You want it to just be really subtle, but just give a little swing and make it almost feel as if it was done live, or just have variance so it's not the same throughout the whole song and really it sounds really digital and etc. So let me just play this back for you, and then we'll play it with the groove and we'll see the difference. Alright. Alright, so there it is without the groove. And now I'm going to apply the Hip Hop 1 groove, and I'll show you what kind of difference this makes. And even if you're not able to hear it, I'm going to zoom in and show you what it does to the notes after. So we'll play it back here. Alright, so it's really subtle, but throughout the course of a whole track, this is going to make a difference, because up here in the parameters, you can, under the random setting, you can bump that up to, whatever percent you want, and that's going to change up how the groove is applied to your notes. So that will also add a bit of randomness, so it won't sound consistent. You can also play around with the timing. So do you want to apply the whole amount of effect to this, or do you want it to just be kind of half amount? So you can play around with those parameters, but what I want to show you right now is if we click commit down here, the notes have moved. So if we zoom in on our notes now, they're not snapped to the grid because it's applied the hip hop groove. And so that's all it does, is it just shuffles these up a bit, and it's really subtle, but it just adds a nice little flair to your beat. So we can play that back again for you. So yeah, don't be afraid to experiment with all these parameters and go through these grooves, see which ones work best for you. And I mean, this can be for beginners, but also advanced users can use it too. I mean, I know a lot of advanced producers, they like to record their notes and their beats to exactly how they want it. They don't want to use a preset groove. They want to, I mean, they'll get really nitpicky and finicky, and they'll get right in there and change every beat themselves. But it's just a nice, quick, easy preset that helps out quite a bit. And this isn't just limited to MIDI. You can also apply this to audio sound clips. So if you have an audio loop and you drag it in here, you just do the exact same thing. You just go down and apply the groove to it. So maybe we can do that quick here. Alright, so right here I have an audio clip. As you can see. And so we can do the same thing. We have hip hop 1 right here. We'll go down to the groove, choose hip hop 1. And if we commit this, look at all the warp markers it just added. So what it did is it went in there and it moved it. And that's evident because it put in all these little warp markers. So you can apply that to audio clips as well, or MIDI clips, and have fun, experiment with it. I hope it helps. Thanks for checking out the site. And I'll be up with another tutorial shortly. So thanks guys. See you.